Start.
Hello children, today we are going to see the third chapter of history, that is Delhi Sultan. Let me recall your last chapter before we start this chapter. So last chapter we studied about Chola dynasty, am I right? So we know about the Kaveri Delta very well. We know about the last center, large kingdoms, and we come to know about all the kingdoms of Chola dynasty. Now, in this chapter, we are going to study about Delhi Sultan. Delhi Sultan. You not recognize or you don't remember the word of Delhi when we studied in second chapter, right? Because Delhi was not at all capital that time. Delhi come at the time of 12th century. So gradually we are going to see. Now what is the objective of my lesson is, you are going to learning about important dynasties of Delhi Sultan, where the Slave dynasty, Khalji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, Sayyid dynasty and Lodi dynasty. Lodi is the last dynasty, whereas Slave dynasty was the first. How the Mughals come and in our India. We are going to study all this in this chapter. Before, also I discussed with you that this history is nothing but medieval history. We are going to study about medieval period, right? As you know, medieval period starts from 8th century to 18th century. So, in this whole history, you are going to study about the medieval period, and this is a very important history from the point of view of the history. Especially the children, those who are UPSC, they used to ratify the such type of history because it is worth for them. Then we are going to see the second slide of that first Rajput dynasties, those who ruled in Delhi. Rajput dynasty, can you see this only the part you can see in the map of India, Delhi? Let me talk about Delhi. You can see this Delhi in the map of India. Delhi will become a first capital of India or that kingdom under the Tormar Rajput. This is Angapala. He was the first king of Delhi, that is Tormar Rajput. Where he defeated with Chawans, then Chawan became a king in Delhi. So Delhi was captured by this Rajput. So first Delhi was conquered by the Rajput dynasties. Then gradually so many dynasties were come and they also ruled Delhi. So Prithviraj Chauhan. Second is Prithviraj. Angapala fight with Prithviraj Chauhan and Prithviraj Chauhan won the fight and he became a king in 1175 to 1192. And I think so we have already studied the Prithviraj Chauhan in last lesson. And I think so one video also we had watched that video, by that we come to know how the Prithviraj Chauhan defeated Muhammad Ghori. That information you must be having. Right. Now we will talk about even Prithviraj Chauhan also called as Chamanas. They are also called as Chamanas. So that time, next. So Delhi became a first capital of the kingdom only under the Tormas, who were the part of the Rajput dynasty, and Tormas Rajputs were defeated in the mid-12th century by Chauhans. And Delhi became an important commercial center under the Tormas as well as Chauhans. Today also we find Delhi is such a huge capital. As you know, it is having a parliament also, and we also know about Delhi and very commercial. You can't find Delhi is such a big and huge. When the British people come in India, they change the whole Delhi. That you are going to study in 8th standard. Let me talk about this. Then many rich Jain merchants who lived in Delhi, and they constructed several temples because they were rich, and as their intention is to develop Delhi, they have so many temples, and they were a wide circulation of the coins meant they are called as Diliwala. These coins are nothing but they are called as Diliwala. And the transformation of Delhi into capital controlled the vast area of subcontinent stated with the foundation of Delhi Sultanate. Now what happened? Let me explain you this point. The transformation of Delhi into capital, it became a capital because all have started reaching to Delhi, and Delhi become stronger and stronger and stated with the foundation of Delhi Sultanate. Why they are calling as Delhi Sultanate? Because many rulers started ruling on Delhi. So it became a Delhi Sultanate. Right. Now Delhi Sultan built many cities in the areas. You know that Delhi, and they are also called as Delhi-Kuna, Sari and Janapatha. All these are nothing but the small names of Delhi. As the dynasty changed, they changed their names. Now, this is first what we studied about Rajput. Now, second dynasties which are ruled in Delhi, they are Turkish rulers. They ruled from 1206 to 1290. Right. And here we can see here Qutbuddin Aybak. Qutbuddin Aybak. Can you see this map? This is nothing but, this dynasty is nothing but called as slave dynasty. Let me tell you one thing, children. We are going to study the timeline as gradually it was given on your page number 31. Right. I am detail wise discussing you all this timeline. By that you will understand the topic. Then Qutbuddin Aybak, you can find Qutbuddin Aybak here. He was the ruler from the Turkish ruler. He mostly come from as today's Pakistan and Kyrgyzstan. Today's. That time he came from there and he started ruling. These are the monuments that time they built. They made like mosque. You can find this is a mosque. Where afterward Qutbuddin Aybak, then this Shamsuddin Iltutmish 1210 to 1236 he ruled, and after this Razia Sultan 1236 to 1240 she ruled. Let me tell you about little bit about Iltutmish. Iltutmish was very strong. He only the person, the first ruler who became a Mughal ruler, because he was connected with the dynasties that is slave dynasty. Now what is mean by slave dynasty? As I told you earlier, this slave dynasty was conquered by Iltutmish, and totally was slave because he was working under the Qutbuddin Aybak and he became a slave. After Qutbuddin Aybak having not a strong spirit, he conquered all his territory and he became a king. So he became a ruler of that area. So he conquered lot of things. He was very strong enough and very effective with efforts. He is quite efficient administrator. Then what happened? Then Razia Sultan. After Qutbuddin Aybak of Iltutmish, Razia Sultan, the daughter of Iltutmish, Razia Sultan, she became a king. There are so many consequences and so many wrong things that how the woman can become a ruler. There are so many people. You can see this figure at 1236 to 1240, hardly 4 years. You can find 4 years, you can find she was ruling. So in that ruling, she was quite able administrative, and she being a woman, she was doing very good. But the people not like her. We are going to see a small video further. Then next dynasty, we will find Khalji dynasty. Khalji's dynasty is 1290 to 1320. Right. You can see this map of India. You can find Khaljis also coming from Afghanistan and most of the today's Pakistan. You can find here this all covered by this, under control by Khaljis. This is the temple mosque where you can find the Khalji. Alauddin Khalji. Jalaluddin Khalji and Alauddin Khalji. I think so you had already watched the movie Padmavati. In that you had studied about the Alauddin Khalji. Right. Then we are going to see Jalaluddin was his uncle and he killed him and he became a king. Alauddin, when you see in his reign, you will find best trading and how he had inspired his king, how he inspired the people. That we are going to see in the next module. Now next module is about Tughlaq dynasty. This is the timeline, but I am discussing you after this Tughlaq ruled Delhi. Then you will find that is 1320 to 1414. You find this, you can see the map of India. is a tomb where they are very good architecture, so they built a big masjid like. So you can find this most part of the India was ruled by Tughlaq. Now which are the kings we are going to see who ruled? Ghazuluddin Tughlaq. You can find Ghazuluddin Tughlaq 1290 to 1296. Muhammad Tughlaq 1324 to 1351. Firuz Shah Tughlaq 1351 to 1388. The most vital role played in India was Muhammad Tughlaq. We are going to see the further somewhat little videos about the Muhammad Tughlaq. Then we will come to the next dynasty, that is Sayyid dynasty. And Sayyid dynasty here is Qizza Khan Sayyid. He was ruled in 1414 to 1451, not hardly that much. He had not played that much role, where you find the Lodhis play a vital role in history. You can find Lodhi dynasty 1451 to 1526, Bahul Lodhi 1451 to 56. This was the last dynasty. After that the British came to India and they started ruling India. This all afterward the Mughals, how they ruled India and how they captured their whole kingdoms or nearby area. They ruled there with their statistics. We are going to study in full lesson. This is nothing but timeline what I discussed with you. You can see the map of India here, Lodhis, how the Lodhis were ruling in such part. But when you see all the map, when you compare all the map with the Lodhis, with the Khaljis, with the Tughlaq, you will find lot of differences. Why there are differences? What strategies they had done? What will be further for the future of their generation? All these things we are going to study further in chapter.